I guess I'll just jump into it.
I assume you
Uh,
would be the host since you're the next one in
yeah,
line.
yeah, that is the thing. Hold on. Um, I'd say let's start this episode with a lie. This will be a 2-hour podcast. Okay, I feel good about that now that the lying's out of the way.
I don't remember the last time I used like website Google Maps, honestly.
Okay, it is a 3-hour drive.
Do you remember using MapQuest? I remember going to MapQuest and printing out my directions.
My parents would buy I think they were MapQuest, I'm not sure. They would buy the GPS CDs, and there was like a CD for every single state, and you'd put it into your GPS machine from
I
back
didn't
in
know
the
there were
day.
GPS CDs.
I swear I must have been the only one to have ever seen this, because it was like, yeah, no, we got to make sure we don't forget the big book, like, because you know how you'd buy those like DVD booklets. It was that we had a separate one just for every little CD for each state.
Crazy.
And there's going to be people who didn't grow up with that
Uh,
or MapQuest.
or just paper maps. I remember when you could go to the gas station and just buy a map of the state.
Can you still do that?
No, I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
What about all our old people? They need something too.
everyone's got to have a phone now.
I will say, the apparently the closest Richards barbecue is about 3 hours away. Uh, I might have a reason to be up near DC if I like succumb to the temptation to buy like a pre-built PC. Because the Steam machine price has got me kind of thinking about, oh, we're fucked.
The day that Steam machine went up, I saw a pre-built like computer on Walmart that was had more power and it was literally like $800.
See, at the moment, pre-builts are in a spot where they're still relatively affordable
Yeah.
considering the alternative, but I don't know. Because the way I'm thinking is like, okay, yes, like technically all I'd really want to be doing would be using it to get maybe the SSD out of it and the graphics card and then swapping them. But everything left over, I could basically just install SteamOS onto that and then have a Steam machine in my living room. It's not it's not the worst
Did you
idea.
see? I saw Giovanni from Polygon said that Steam machine has an airplane mode.
What what do you what does that mean?
I theoretically, I mean, I guess you could take it in on an airplane.
I guess it like cuts off
It
all
cuts off
internet connections, but every
transmission. Yeah,
Steam game needs DRM to run.
I have a consistent thing with my Steam Deck where I'll be playing something on my Steam Deck and
Mm.
then I forget that I'm playing. Do you ever play two games at the same time?
More times than I'd like.
Because I will constantly start a game on my PC and it messes up because I'm already playing something on my Steam Deck.
Oh, okay. You basically turn it into sleep mode and then walk
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I don't do that because well, usually when I play my Steam Deck, I'll play it for about 30 minutes and go, "God, this is horrible." And then I'll go play my Switch 2. But with my Switch 2, absolutely. I am always like go sleep mode, put it down, go do some stuff, come back, unsleep mode it. I think right now, currently I'm playing Soul Nomad.
I have a bad habit too of like bouncing between games sometimes.
I have
I
such
will
bad
like play
ADHD.
one for
That's all I
20
do.
minutes and then play another for 20 minutes. Or a
Yeah.
long cutscene will happen and then I start playing something else.
And the older I get, the less patient I get.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I just end up kind of frustrated when a game wastes my time. and then I'll bounce between a billion other games because none of them will really do what I need them to do at the current moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think last week, let's see, I feel like the top, like the front page of the Switch 2 kind of tells a story if you have ADHD. Let's see, it went from Castlevania, Order of Ecclesia, and then I wanted an RPG, so I played Suikoden. And then I was like, oh, Devil May Cry 5, and then I played that, and then I played a little bit of DMC 3, and then that Frontiers Switch 2 port came out, which don't waste your money on that. Don't do what I did. And then I was like, I should be responsible. I should play the outstanding review I have for Trails in the Sky first chapter. And then I played that, and then I went, oh, I forgot this game's really boring. And then Deltarune came out, and then Star Fox came out, and now I'm like, oh, well, my buddy K-Bash put a video out on Soul Nomad, so maybe I should play that.
You're not busy 100%ing the Adventures of Elliot?
I did that.
Did you 100%?
Excellent segue though. Like 5-star. We could talk about we could, because we didn't have a chance to do it last time because of embargo.
Yeah.
But I guess like before we rambled just a little bit, but hello, welcome to Burnout Culture. The industry sucks, but we do not. I am your number 3 host, Cullen.
I'm today's sidekick, Hayes.
And 1 and 2 ended up, fleeing the States to go gamble all their money in Vegas.
Fleeing the States to go to Vegas?
Well, and the state. Their individual state.
Vegas is its own place.
I don't know why. I never want to go.
Like, been?
I've never been, and I don't want to go.
It's worth going. You go once. And you're like, that's neat. I'm glad I saw it. And then there's not really much of a reason to go back.
See, well, I think that still if I don't have a gambling problem.
I think so, yeah. Because it's cool to see the casinos, and there's a lot of neat like features, and there's some cool shows. I saw Penn and Teller there a few years ago. That was I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of good restaurants. You just kind of wander around, and you see the Bellagio fountain. You got to see that once, and
I feel like I would just get really depressed because like I'd appreciate all the architecture, and then I'd look around at the people at all, and it would just be old people wasting their savings accounts and hobbling from one casino to the next like zombies.
Yeah, and lots of people on the strip trying to get you to take pictures with them, or sell you their CD or something.
I also saw the movie Casino, and it did not help my bias against Las Vegas.
It's also hot as hell, man.
That is not helping me want to go either.
When I was there for Fan Fest, it was 115 degrees every day.
They do that at Las Vegas?
This year was in Anaheim.
Okay, that seems smarter.
3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, was in Vegas. And it was miserable. People hated it.
Yoshi P just wanted to hit the slots.
He probably did, honestly.
So I don't even think GC's going to be editing this. I don't think he's going to be home for another few weeks. So I get to do it. It's my show now. And I don't have to worry about shit. I don't have to worry about him complaining about editing this or that, like he always loves to do. And I don't even think he's going to listen to it. No, I'm going to edit it. But it's going to be like a real snappy podcast where no dead air. I'll cut everything out. Where there's an awkward pause, I'll cut out some uhs or ums, or I'll get lazy and I won't do that. But for now, we don't really have a lot of structure for this. I don't think we're going to do questions. We're going to just kind of have a short and sweet podcast. We're just going to yap.
Secret is that we never have a structure.
Well, I feel like at the very least, GC likes to talk a lot, and then we just kind of follow that.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
So it'll be more conversational.
Yeah. There is a lot that happened this week. I mean, the industry does suck a bit more than usual.
Yeah. I was curious how much we should really get into that, because I know that they're going to want to, like,
I know.
Scream and yell, but we can say, like, I figured we would mostly talk about what we've been playing, but we could have a little segment to be like, wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. I guess the biggest thing, right, is like Bungie is probably done. I mean, I don't really see how they continue to exist in any meaningful capacity.
I shouldn't have bought Marathon. I got fucking tricked. I got deceived.
Well, but the thing, Marathon's the one game that every single person I know that has played it this year absolutely loves it.
Oh, it's great.
Every person I talk to says it's incredible.
Well, it's fine. I haven't tried it since season 2 started. I want to try the PvE stuff, and then I think I might actually like it.
Yeah.
But my point is more, I was like, I don't know if I want to buy this because it's probably going to shut down immediately because it's a live service game coming in big 26. And everyone's like, no, it'll be fine. And I get it. And then it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty all right. And now it's like, yeah, Bungie's probably done. And I'm like, ah, fuck. I mean, it's obviously worse for like, you know, staff affected.
I mean, the good news is that as long as Bungie is still around, Marathon will be around because it's the only thing they have going now. So
Yeah. I remember seeing right after the announcement that, you know, Bungie was closing its doors, that Sony was like, and we still want to go really hard in on live service. I was like, you just laid off.
Yeah, the president just said that today.
Like, you laid off every single, probably one of the only studios left that does live service. What are you doing?
Yeah. I guess we should clarify that Bungie is still around. Like, they are.
Yeah.
They're not totally closing yet, but they laid off the entire Destiny 2 team, some of the Marathon team, and Sony laid off people within PlayStation Studios that worked with Bungie.
Which is crazy. That's over. That last one is so overkill.
That one is, yeah. I mean, you didn't have anywhere to fold those people back into at least or something. Like, come on. Especially because we know you are making live service games. So who's making them?
Can you have Naughty Dog stop doing whatever bullshit they're doing now and instead just make live service games? I wouldn't mind. I think that one's okay. They don't need to make another game.
That's the one that made sense, at least, because like The Last of Us Factions was a thing already. So it made sense to like make a new version of that, right?
That probably would have been pretty good if it came out, because the one good thing about Last of Us 2 is that is a really good shooter.
Yeah, yeah. And people liked Factions a lot. But now...
yeah, Sony.
Instead, we get the Horizon Genshin Impact game.
Oh god, I keep being reminded that's happening, and I don't want it.
When does that come out? Does that come out? Do they have a date for that?
Let me You know what? I was gonna look it up, and I was like, that is like 20 seconds of my life that would be gone forever if I dedicated any brain power whatsoever to looking that up.
Doesn't have a date yet, but
we have so little life on this earth, and I almost wasted more of it than I would have liked thinking about a Horizon Zero Dawn game.
Horizon Hunter's Gathering.
You're saying these things, and I could feel my soul lose. Like the flower petals of my soul are falling off. Are you going to play that? Or
no, I'm not.
Okay, cool. I'm like,
but I'm sure it will inevitably end up releasing on the same day as the Ocarina of Time remake.
Oh, of course. Or wait, is that this year for sure?
Ocarina?
No, Horizon.
Oh. Not this year for sure.
Okay. Because I was gonna like, it'd be funny if it comes out on the same day as Elden Ring on Switch 2.
They're making, and they're also making the Horizon MMO as well.
The what?
Yeah, they're making an MMO too.
I hate hearing all of this.
Because everyone loves Horizon, you know? That iconic series, Horizon.
Why are they doing this?
I couldn't.
This is a bad joke that's gone on too long.
I'm not the people that make the decisions.
Anything else with Sony though that's been going on? I think that's it.
I think that's it with Sony.
It's pretty bad, but you know, on the other side of the pond, Xbox has gone like completely scorched earth on themselves.
I guess
since Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, the Xbox layoff stuff happened since our last podcast too, didn't it?
Yeah,
My
where
God, it
they
has been
let
a
those
bad 2 weeks.
guys announce Sensua, is it
Senua.
Setsuna FCA. They announced a Sensua game which looked pretty far into production if it even got like, since it got a trailer. Far enough where I probably wouldn't cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you let them announce it and then you so is that whole team laid off or is the studio just
Well,
shuttering?
and then one of the heads of Xbox came out and literally said, "Oh, we let them start production because we thought it would be more attractive to potential buyers if they had a game that was being made."
Which no, it didn't. That's just cruel.
Mm-hmm.
So there was it more than just them getting laid off? Was there? Well, I think it was the.
We're still waiting to hear more. Compulsion's on the chopping block. The last we heard, they are negotiating with Xbox. Double Fine is also negotiating with Xbox. There's one other studio, but I haven't heard.
I
I
feel
can't
like
remember.
Double Fine would work well under Nintendo,
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah,
or at least like Nintendo of the GameCube era.
yeah.
I
But
mean, which might still exist. I don't know.
a lot of the like insiders or like journalists in the know keep vague posting about like, oh, the Xbox layoffs are going to be worse than everyone expects.
I don't
I don't know
know,
what that means.
which is ridiculous because at this point I expect the worst.
Yeah.
Like the only way it would be worse than I expected would be if like all of Microsoft just disappeared. Like the building was just gone and we didn't know what happened to all the people.
Mm-hmm. I think
I
everything besides Halo, Gears, and Forza is like entirely possible to be cut. And even those three, I think, like I would not be surprised to see layoffs at like Halo Studios or
Now
turn.
we try to ride a pretty fine line on our support for the BDS movement here on this podcast, but I feel like it's fine to make an exception for Xbox if we are always making fun of them. Because they have not done a single good thing in like since a little bit before the movement even started.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing. And also you've got now like they've raised the price of the Series X by 100 or 100 to $150
For the third price raise,
which is like, guys, no one's buying it already. Like I still see people go, well, look, I know the PS5 Pro is $900, but it's really worth to get. No one is saying
no
that
game
about a
system is
Series
worth
X.
$900. I'm sorry, it's just.
I
not.
mean, allegedly the PS5 Pro is with
What people
the
say.
PSSR 2.
Is that what it's called?
PSSR double W for win because you get big wins on your graphics and performance. And I look at like every PS5 Pro enhanced game and I look at the base PS5 game and I go, it's the same picture.
That's exactly what I think. Maybe I can't see that stuff, like maybe there is something to like certain people can't see those differences, but I don't.
The only time I've seen it be a difference was from games where like they actually make almost like bespoke PS5 Pro like visual settings. I think Assassin's Creed Shadows, if you look at like the comparisons and it's like, wow, that is like a different game. The lighting, like every single shot, you see the shadows from the like each individual leaf particle up in the trees above. And I go, oh, cool. I could just play this on my Switch too.
Had some boosts on Pro, right?
Yeah, it made the game look palatable, which is impressive.
Have you played the Switch 2?
The Switch 2 ever? Yes, I have played the
Switch 2 version.
No, I played like 40 hours of the Switch 2 version. That's going to be the version I finished that game on.
Interesting.
I'm not too bothered by it because, again, that game has always looked ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like charming ugly. I don't need games looking any better than this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how all the NPCs look like PS3 characters, like from
Yeah.
Lightning Returns. I think that's very
Yeah,
charming.
you're right. Yeah. They do.
I'm always seeing like
And
the
they all have
Lightning
like the
Returns dog,
really
but as
weird mouth
people.
movements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And then there's so many little things about like Xbox and Xbox games that just like, wow, that sucks. That's lame. Why'd you do that? Like, apparently you can play the Halo 1 remake in third person.
Yeah, I saw that and it
Looks bad.
just looks awful.
Like, why would you do that?
I've seen some of the I saw someone post a clip too of the sniper rifle and the new ballistic
Mm.
noises and everything they have for it. And it has like completely lost all the punch. Because you know, in Halo 1, that sniper rifle, like it
Oh
has
yeah.
a punch when you shoot
Like
it.
it flies off the screen.
Yeah, it does. And now
It's
it's just the wimpiest thing I've ever seen.
I just don't know why we're wasting all this time and money remaking a game that got a remake and I could play on Steam with multiplayer included that runs good.
Mm-hmm. It's a funny topic for this episode, actually.
In what way?
A remake of a game that
Oh,
already got a remake.
damn.
I know it's not the proper time for a segue, but
No, like I mean, we can come back to the Steam machine since we're talking about the industry being fucking ridiculous.
yeah.
But sure, let's fuck it because this is something I actually played.
Yeah, me too. I played a
Um,
bunch of it last night.
I did one playthrough at the moment of Star Fox, which I have never played. Well, okay, I've tried to play the game on each version. I've tried to play the 64 version like a little bit. I was like, it's old and it feels weird. And I stopped. And I tried to play the 3DS version. I went, oh, this is pretty okay, but I don't like this.
Mm.
This is the first time I've ever been able to finish the game start to finish.
I'm the polar opposite because I've probably played Star Fox 64 at least 50 times. At least.
Okay, then you probably have a good idea if I were to tell you the route I went on. I told my friend this,
Mm-hmm.
and he went, people usually don't get that on their first run, and I went, and that's because I'm a special boy.
Go to Aquas.
I went from Corneria to Meteo to Facina to Solar to Macbeth to Area 6 to Venom 2.
Oh, okay. So you went most
So
of the standard route, but then you got the
the
true
hard stuff at
ending.
the end.
Yeah.
Which I will say, like getting the quote unquote true end of the game has deterred me a little bit from playing again. But it was a really good like hour and a half of gaming. I think I
Mm-hmm.
really only had to reset to an earlier mission on Fakina, mostly because the little dog fighting free roam sections against the wolf team, they're really hard, but in a
Yeah.
way I think is like kind of sick and cool.
Oh, yeah. They've always been like one of the highlights of the game. The good news, though, is the two other routes are better than the basic one.
Okay, was I on the basic one?
You were on the basic one until you went to Solar,
Okay.
and then you split over to
The fun time.
the medium route,
Yeah.
and then ended on the true ending, which I think is
Okay.
fun because like you go through Area 6 and then Venom 2, but I actually think the base Venom, like the regular route Venom, is way more fun than Venom 2.
Okay. You see, it was kind of quick. I liked Area 6. That was awesome.
Area 6 is good, yeah.
But I'm I'm feeling I caught the Star Fox bug. I really want to play more Star Fox now.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck it, as a remake, I can't speak on that. But I will say the game's fucking gorgeous. It is probably one of the best looking games to ever have a Nintendo label on it.
I think
And
as
they didn't
oh,
even
go
make
ahead.
it.
Yeah. The remake aspects of it are interesting because there are certain parts of it that are not as good as the original. Some of the voice acting's a little wimpy, especially like the enemy voice acting, I think. Andros is good.
Yeah.
But the enemy like boss voice acting just does not have like the charm that the original game had.
I kind of liked it that they all sound like jobbers because they went down the same way.
Yeah, but I do think the main cast is done really well.
Mm.
But the other interesting part of this remake is that it really like arcadifies the experience again. Because in the original game, like the first time you played Star Fox, you probably didn't even know there were multiple routes. It didn't really make it clear to you.
Mm-hmm.
But this like really puts an emphasis on the routes. So, like you beat the game and it tells you, oh, there's all these different routes and you unlock challenge mode, and it has this really arcadey feel that it leans into, which is interesting when you juxtapose that against like the really cinematic design they've done of the story.
Yeah, because that was something that was kind of interesting because when they were talking it up in the directs, I was assuming that they actually expanded this thing out to be a modern, relatively full priced release.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really do that.
No, it's basically the same game with like really high quality cutscenes put in between each mission.
They're very short cutscenes, which
Yeah.
I think as a game, like towards the quality of the game itself, not the value of the package as a whole, that is a benefit. But I do think it's a little too expensive.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I do think the cutscenes they're really well directed. They look phenomenal. I think they got the characterization of everyone really down pat.
Oh, it's very fun. I was shocked how much they got away with so
Yeah.
little.
And the really fun part is that they adjust every cutscene based on the route that you're taking.
Yeah.
And I think
noticed
that's
that
really cool. Like the same cutscene will have like 4 or 5 different versions just based on all the routes you can take.
That, but also I think it changes depending on who's left standing at the end of every mission.
Yeah, if anyone got shot down, yeah.
Because the only time I replayed a level was, and obviously I restarted a couple times for some of them, but I lost Fakina, and I saw the one cutscene because I was like, everyone left, and it was only me and I think Falco who made it out. And then I redid it again to actually beat Wolf on that run, and completely different cutscene, different dialogue. It wasn't like crazy complicated changes, but I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot of neat stuff in here. Apparently if you go for all the challenges, that's really fun as well. I guess it has like online multiplayer.
Yeah, it has a battle mode, which the original game also had. It's a little bit of an expanded version of that, but with online capabilities.
I have not had time to play that yet. But
it's very fun, but there are not enough maps, and I hope that they change that.
Because speaking of Halo, that kind of has me think of like where you would play a game like that and it'd have a good campaign, but you would be sticking around either to replay the campaign for secrets or just spending hours in the multiplayer mode. And if this battle system or the battle mode is as good as it seems to be, then like keep it up, like add more. Honestly, I don't even think anyone would be like complaining about the price if, like, I mean, how many maps are there in battle mode?
I want to say there's like 4, I think.
Ooh, that's not enough. Well, yeah, add more maps. I don't know if Nintendo's still on their weird like wait 8 months and then put out a free update to add more content move that they were doing for a while in 2020s.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll support this game or not, or if it'll just be like a one and done kind of thing,
It's very weird. It's so like this is out of their entire lineup this year, this is like kind of an odd one.
It's a bizarre release, yeah. And I think I definitely get new players feeling like it costs too much, because I would largely agree. But I do think like anyone that has nostalgia for the original game probably does not care about the price.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm not saying that's right, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
It's it was 50 physical if you pre-ordered it at specific retailers. But now, the physical retail is $60. Digital 50. I think it should have been 40 and 50 for this.
Yeah. I think $40 would be the sweet spot for this. Like $40 feels good to me.
Now, I used my sneaky little trick, and I got it for 30. which that is the perfect amount. That's kind of why I'm not even stressing about running through right away, because it's like that's basically like a cheaper 3DS game. I'm like, yeah, all right.
The other thing I really like, I think what's really interesting is like Star Fox 64 always had like a really basic story, but the characters
Yeah,
were fun. But this, like, even though the details that the additions they made are quite small, like it actually really enhances kind of the scope of the universe. And one of the things they did is put in like the like
lore.
hologram files you can read. Yeah, which is all this lore. There's actually some really fun details in there. Like the big one I keep seeing go around.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
The James McLeod took out like a $8 million loan to build the Great Fox.
That'll never be repaid, and then he
Yeah,
died.
that's why he died at Venom, is he's like, well, at least I don't have to pay my loan back.
And that also kind of informs how like this characterization of Fox, where he's like, yeah, about that money,
Yeah.
give me that
He's been
money, pay
in debt
us.
since he was like 3 years old.
Now, I don't know if I'm just super blanking on this. I seem to recall them saying that there was going to be like a whole prologue mission with his dad. Maybe my memory just isn't good. I swear that was like maybe a 2-minute cutscene and maybe
They
a 30
they
seconds of gameplay, and then it was just done.
they explained it very poorly in the direct because they did make it seem like there would be a new prologue, and it technically is new.
There's nothing.
But yeah, and they also showed it in the direct, like this in its entirety in the
Yeah.
direct. Um, so I do not think they did not very well communicate the scope of that new prologue.
Nintendo's been really bad at communicating entirely this year.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
But like it's frustrating because I think because it's too much money, like just a little bit too much money, I think people are going to hold off on buying it.
Mhm.
And it might not, because this is clearly one of those test the waters kind of things, and then maybe they'll bring Star Fox back, which is annoying, but I got it because the game looked good. Like all of my Star Fox friends were very excited, so I went, okay, fine, I'll take a chance. And I think I got a really good game out of it. I'm very happy I got to play it. But I don't see anyone but Star Fox fans buying this game
Yeah.
because they did such a bad job marketing it, and it just cost too much money.
The problem is that Nintendo games never go on sale. So like if you knew there was going to be a big sale on Star Fox in like for the holiday or something,
Mm.
that'd be one thing, but any sale they do for the next year is probably only going to be like $10 off, you know?
I'll
So it
be
doesn't even have the
real.
chance to have legs like that.
I think that if like Nintendo is going to have to like make these price raising concessions, with their current install base, the one thing they need to change, if it's unavoidable that you got to raise the prices, and they're holding out, I can I respect that $500 is what they hit, especially after all this embarrassing bullshit with everyone else. You gotta start doing actual sales on your games. This
Mhm.
is not, we are not in that kind of economy anymore. And if you don't, it's going to be really embarrassing what's going to happen to you guys, because we were mad about $80 Fire Emblem. You got to start lowering some of these game prices,
It's
because that's
crazy
going to
that
keep people in.
if I want to go buy Breath of the Wild on Switch 2, I got to pay $70, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 70
I go
bucks.
pay $70 for Breath of the Wild right now. It's crazy.
$70 for each of the Xenoblades too.
Yeah, that.
And what's fucked up about those is all those, well, most of those games are out of print now. So it is kind of a better deal.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I'm probably going to get the physical for Xenoblade 2 just because, like, I don't have my copy anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if you could even find a physical copy of this original version.
I don't think 2, no. Maybe, like, you could probably spend a lot of money to get one, but yeah. No, it's just hard to find.
Yeah.
But, no, like, because that's the thing, when they were in their struggle era, the Nintendo game prices were pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, 3DS games are reasonably priced.
I think the only thing that's
Mhm.
frustrating about this, and I saw you post this on Blue Sky earlier, that like, and this would also help address like people who don't necessarily want to pay $50 for this game,
Mhm.
is that none of the other Star Fox games are on Switch Online,
I
which
think
is
60 is
crazy. Well,
64,
64 is the original
but that's it.
64 is, yeah, but that's it. And I think technically Star Fox 2 is on the
Yeah.
NES one now, the
But like
unreleased Star Fox 2.
the one thing I immediately wanted to do when I finished this is that I wanted to play Adventures in Assault.
Yeah. It
Just to
is
like play the games that actually came out after 64.
it is
And
crazy to me
nope.
that at least one of those isn't on Switch Online right now.
Yeah. It it should have been out the same day.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time they put a GameCube game out?
I, I think it might have been Poke XD Gale of Darkness,
Oh
honestly.
God, that one was heartbreaking because XD Gale of Darkness was one of my like childhood faves,
Mm-hmm.
and I went back to it. And I was like, well, this kind of sucks. This thing is kind of dumb poo poo garbage for
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah, it's not. I think Coliseum has aged okay, but Gale of Darkness, not so much. I agree with you there.
Oh, I'm looking at the GameCube lineup.
It's
I thought
bad,
there was
man.
more. I
Yeah.
really did,
Do you know
but
how
like
many games could be on there? Like, why don't we have Skies of Arcadia on there?
they launched with I
Or
think Wind
Eternal Darkness?
Waker, F-Zero, Soul Calibur. I think that was it. Was it just those three?
Wind
And
Waker?
then we
No,
got
Wind
Wario
Waker was
World,
later.
Luigi's Mansion, Fire Emblem, Chibi Robo, and Pokemon XD. Was Chibi Robo and Mario
That's
Strikers?
it?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
it.
god.
And you know what? The best thing on that value wise is Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it is, because that game's like $200.
Yeah, you just can't get that game elsewhere. And,
Yeah,
you know, the emulation on that works pretty good.
it does. Yeah. But the crazy part about that too is that like you can't there's a direct sequel to that game that you can't play. It is also
Yeah.
equally hard to find.
Well, we have to wait for them to add Wii.
Yeah.
Which, you know, they probably won't. Like, the thing is, I think they're going to be less inclined to spend a bunch of time for little like fun features like this. Whereas like that was one of the cool things about the Switch era is because they were so successful. We got all of those NSO things like trickled out over time, and they weren't always great. Like they weren't always the highest quality, but they got there eventually. But like we got NES, Game Boy, SNES, Virtual Boy. I think that was in the Switch 2 era though, which is so stupid. N64 and GBA. That's like a big library of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we've gotten like what is this? 9 GameCube
You know what the
games.
most like glaring omission on here is to me is no Smash Bros. Melee.
I
That's
have a feeling
crazy.
they're not going to do that because of some fucked up backwards idea that there's like they're probably developing a new Smash game and they're like,
Yeah.
well, it'll cannibalize
Yeah.
but like also like, you know, people, if you want people to subscribe to your thing, like that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's even better, just port
Yeah.
it and like
Honestly.
everyone was getting mad at the Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red release, and it was too much money. What was it, like $30?
It was 20.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but $30 sounds like a lot.
Because it was a lot. I know I bought it because I'm a sucker.
I don't think I bought that one. Yeah, it's $20.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at the page right now.
I'm gonna look at it too. Oh, that's a perfect amount for that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people were mad. That's like fine. Okay, it's a maybe for an
I think
ISO slap.
yeah,
It's a bit much, but
$10 would have been better, but $20 doesn't
yes,
feel like terribly egregious to me.
shockingly un-Nintendo.
Yeah. If they were really smart, like the Smash Bros. Collection would sell like crazy. You do.
But honestly, like the thing I loved about the Fire Red thing was that just like, oh, cool, I get to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
It's mine. Would have been better if they put a physical out because then it would actually be mine. But you know, it's like I got to buy the game, and you with NSO that that's temporary.
You remember when they came out with the Mario All Stars collection and it was a limited time release?
That pisses me off so much.
I
And
still
then
think that's like the worst thing. Not the okay, it's not the worst thing they've done. I'm being hyperbolic, but
no, but it's pretty up there.
yeah,
I bought it though.
I did too because it's like I know I'm gonna want this, and then they just re-released Galaxy anyway.
What was really funny though is that for a while after they like, quote unquote delisted it, you could still just find it on store shelves for normal retail price for quite a while.
Yeah,
Now it's up there in price, but at the time I really didn't mind it. $60 for 3 games. That's, that's
the only
fine.
disappointing thing is like I didn't feel like they did a very good job with Mario 64 in that.
No, but they're just a little indie company. They can't be expected to
Mm. You could
do
buy it for
anything too fancy.
$140 on Amazon right
Oh,
now.
fun. In my mind, I'm like, okay, 3 games, that's $60. And then they go Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, that's $70. And I go, the math stopped adding up. What do you mean? That's not
Gosh,
right.
yeah, their
Stop
pricing
that.
is nuts. Switch
On
Welcome Tour was also a lot.
that's yeah. Nintendo, you're gonna start getting a lot of my ire, but that's only because that like you are technically the best option on the market.
Yeah, I mean, like compared to everyone else, they're doing pretty good right now, right?
They really are. So it makes this kind of shit really head ass.
Yeah. It's hard to feel upset at Nintendo for like making Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green $20 when Microsoft and PlayStation are both like firing hundreds of employees.
Yeah. And apparently they like Nintendo even like did a 10% salary increase.
Yeah, I saw that today. I saw some people speculate that it is maybe to uh dissuade people from joining unions,
Oh, it
but I
absolutely
don't
is, but
yeah.
still.
They still did raise salaries, which is not something you often see in games right now. And never see in the Western game industry, at least.
No, no. I mean, I wonder if that also applied to the Western
I don't
branch.
know, actually. Yeah, I didn't look at that. I would assume it does, but
God, who knows? It's a shit industry. But with I don't know, like I do agree with the people who think that this has been a very off year for Nintendo. Something about like
I could get
their
that. Yeah,
it's just I'm like I it's really just like I think by the end of the year it's going to be Pocopia and Fire Emblem are the games I'm probably going to be like those are good.
yeah,
Unless
because
they let Intelligent Systems get a bit too cocky again.
yeah,
You should never let
I
those
am
guys
really
have
interested to
fun.
see Ocarina remake. How far they go with that, or don't go with that.
Yeah, after this, I'm even more like I'm more game for them kind of just doing whatever they want.
I will say though, like even though it's been a weird year for Nintendo, like third party support has been exceptional this year.
Oh yeah. Everyone's always saying, "Oh, I've got no games to play
Mhm.
on my Switch 2." I'm like, "Every game is on your Switch 2. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
almost everything is coming out. I mean, we Onimusha is coming to Switch 2, and Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming to Switch 2.
You just have to choose to play it."
Devil May Cry 5 just came there. I gotta buy that.
I've been playing it. I
Is
played
it?
all of
I've
it.
heard pretty good things about it.
It's pretty good.
It's one of my
You,
favorite action games of all time.
you could sit there and be, well, they don't have turbo and they don't have that one mode they added in special edition, the mega demon super evil basically the difficulty mode that exists to put a bunch of enemies on screen just for Virgil to do sick shit on. But I have not played DMC5 since it came out.
Hmm.
I was like 8. That was like 7 years ago. Which I hate thinking about so much. But because all I wanted was the vanilla experience with this version of the game. And I really liked this port. It is probably one of the better looking Capcom Switch 2 games. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's just based off old tech.
Yeah.
It is a PS4 game.
I'm really interested to see Dragon's Dogma 2 because Dragon's Dogma 2 still kind of runs like shit on everything.
I remember hearing I don't even know if the Switch 2 can do this. I don't think it can, but like suspicion that the Switch 2 version of that trailer looked like it had a frame gen or something. Which is just a funny thing to think about.
It's on Switch 2, yeah.
But you know, I'm probably going to play that game on Switch 2 just for the fun of it.
I like Dragon's Dogma 2 so much that I will probably. I played it on PS5, but I have a really good PC now. So I'll probably buy a PC version and a Switch 2 version.
I have it on PC already, which would
I've
then
played.
have everyone go, Cullen, then just play it on PC. And I'll go, but Switch 2 though.
Yeah.
I'll be honest though, with that one, I might just play it on PC. That I after after getting so burned by Sonic Frontiers Switch 2, I think I need to kind of back up.
Is that bad?
It's not great.
Oh.
It's definitely not worth $50.
No wonder they didn't announce it.
So for those of you who weren't, keeping up with Sonic, about a week or two ago, Reddit threads started showing up from Walmart employees with a Switch 2 keycard release of Sonic Frontiers in their hands. It said Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition. And the funny thing about this is that they were holding a game that wasn't announced.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, this cannot, like, they just flat out said, the system will not let this be sold until June 23rd. We're like, well, that's going to get announced then. And so we waited and we waited. And in a lot of instances, Walmart employees just put it on the shelf. You could go to a Walmart, look at it, but you could not buy it because the system in place just, prevents you from breaking.
Yeah, that happens a lot of times with pre-release stuff, but not really with things that like haven't even been announced.
Yeah. So it was extra funny. And something about the whole story, it fascinated me so much. And my Sonic brain took over a little bit. And I really like Frontiers. So on my lunch break on Tuesday, before this had even been announced yet, I just walked in to a Walmart nearby, grabbed a copy, thinking this is expensive, but I like Frontiers, and having a dedicated, handheld version of the game that is better than the Switch 1 version and better than the Steam Deck, like playing it on Steam Deck. That's cool. I like that. I'll get this. I'll put my faith in this. Which is funny because if I had put it in my Switch right away, because the game had not even been announced yet, I think it wouldn't have even ran.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
I don't think they can run unless they have a similar thing with review codes for Switch 2 games. Is if it doesn't have an eShop page, a code will not work. I had a thing happen like that for Trails Beyond the Horizon, where they sent the code, but we had to wait for the eShop to update on its weekly update time for the page to go live, like the pre-order page, for me to even use my code.
About that. Yeah.
So I get it, and long story short, it is an underwhelming but playable port of Sonic Frontiers. The whole pitch of why it was a definitive edition with no upgrade path was that they said like it had all the extra content, but the thing about Sonic Frontiers is all that extra content was always, it was not like DLC expansions or anything. They were free updates. So you're buying a game that now retails for about $20 on any other platform for $50, and all they have to show for it is content that exists for free in all other versions of the game.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
I am Boo Boo the Fool. I shouldn't have bought it.
Of course they would do that with Sonic.
Oh, of course. I'm going to hope it gets post-launch support, more updates, things like that, just to kind of smooth it over a little bit. But it is funny how I was saying all this stuff about like, guys, wouldn't it be such a a really dumb consumer move to buy Final Fantasy X and 10-2 on Switch 2 for $50. And everyone's like, please don't do that. I was like,
That's
yeah, I
$50
might not.
for that?
Yeah, no upgrade path, no save transfer. Which
Square's another one, man.
the
Jesus.
one thing about the Sonic Switch 2 version is that it has save transfer. The bar is low.
It's something. Yeah.
But like at the very least, with Final Fantasy X and 10-2, at least you're getting like 100 hours of RPG there. Like those games together are huge. You could, while it's not a great argument, you could make the argument that like if you've never played Final Fantasy X or 10-2, you're getting a lot of game for your money. And it's like the Final Fantasy X is like one of the best games ever made.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
Sonic
get
Frontiers.
the sound novel too.
Yeah, you get the remaster's not great, but you know, most people don't seem to care about that these days.
Yeah.
With like another thing that's great. I mean, have you played Sonic Frontiers?
Oh yeah, I reviewed it back in the day.
Did you ever play any of the post-launch updates? Like at all?
I think I did, to be honest.
So I'm pretty sure one of those updates comes with like a some kind of like item box you get that I guess is on by default. And I didn't check it when I launched a new game on it. And then as soon as I got to the actual open world section, I got 20 keys in my inventory and every Chaos Emerald unlocked immediately. And I just groaned. I was like, no, what the fuck? Why? Why would you
skip everything?
Yeah, it's basically just a skip everything button.
That's the whole point of the game, though.
Yeah, literally, like I was like, oh, cool. You know, the first one unlocked. I was like, oh, maybe it's because I looked at a couple things in the tutorial area, and then like every single other emerald proceeded to unlock, and I was like, okay, why even bother?
It's like I found out that Final Fantasy 16 recently, after the second DLC came out, they put out in one of the updates they have a little pop up when you open the game. It's like, I'll play so and so whatever DLC and find out the secrets of blah blah blah. But the picture that's on the pop up has adult Joshua, so it just spoils that he's alive.
Yeah, why even? Like, who cares? Yeah. They're like, whatever.
Which is not. It's not like it's you know. It's pretty obvious in the game, but it's still very funny that they're just like, yeah, fuck it.
I'd say at least it kept me guessing for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
They sell that moment enough where you go, okay, I believe that. I believe that Joshua is dead.
Yeah. Well, for a while you were like, well, is he really alive, or is it just like his spirit, or what's going on? So, yeah, if you play Final Fantasy 16 now, too bad for you.
Yeah. You shouldn't do that anyway. But I don't know. How do we get to talking about Sonic again? Value, money, price.
Yeah,
money?
we're talking about Star Fox.
Star Fox is fine. If you can get it on sale, get it on sale.
Or if you have fond memories of the original, you'll probably get a good time out of it.
Yeah,
you'll get at least 6 to 8 hours, and then I go back and play Star Fox probably once a year. I think at this point, I think this is probably the version I'll just go back and play now.
I do like, actually, you know what? Let me check something. Let's see. I want to see how much space this actually has, because that also will affect my recommendation. Because if this is a game with a really small install, I'll be like, you just keep the 15 gigs. You know what?
That's not bad.
I'll give that a recommendation. You can keep that on your Switch. You feel bored, load it up, play a couple missions. You're like, yeah. See Slippy beg for his life every 2 seconds. Slippy is useless.
We didn't talk about the game chat feature.
I mean, do
I
you
see
use
everyone
game chat?
posting about? No, I don't use it, but everyone on Blue Sky is posting videos of them doing it.
Y'all, That is like I know for a fact after you make your post and you get all your your social media points, you're just gonna go back to Discord. You do not use game chat. I do not believe you. There was a
It is.
video, a DF video that apparently if you played Pragmata in game chat, it made the game run better
What?
because it had to render less, I guess,
Oh,
which
that.
is just
I wonder if
fascinating.
there's any. I bet there's other games like that.
Oh, probably. I imagine the RE Engine games are designed in such a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a weird way like that.
GTA 6 is going to come to Switch too.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good that is a good segue as well. Because when you said GTA 6, I got mad. I was like tapping my fingers, and then you said GTA 6, and then I started pressing my nails into my thumb. I we live in the worst fucking timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So GTA 6 finally I can't even say it unveiled. They simply told you how much you were going to pay for it. They I don't did the announcement come with a trailer of any sort?
No, not at all.
They think you're
They released
stupid.
60 screenshots though.
They think you're stupid and they think you're a dumb pig who's going to pay them money.
We still have not seen a single second of gameplay of GTA
Nope.
6.
So GTA 6 is coming out whatever time in November for $80 for the base version and $100 for the actual game, which will include several shops that will be cut from the base version.
And cosmetic options, I
And
believe.
cosmetic
Right?
options as well,
Yeah.
which, I guess you could say, well, I don't need that, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Because like, theoretically, yes, like, you don't need it. But those have always been parts of other GTA games that are just there.
Yeah.
And GTA 6 probably has more of them than past games. I would not be surprised by that, but still.
So one thing you could do in Florida, buy stuff. That's part of the
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Shopping, yeah.
Shopping, yeah. And getting yelled at. But in addition to that, because they just could not help themselves be just anti-consumer, on release, the only physical version they will be offering is a code in a box. Now, I don't know if this is confirmed or if this is just a rumor. Have you heard as well that December there might be an actual physical release?
So partially, they did put out a statement today that confirmed there would be actual physical editions in the future, but I don't believe they had an actual date that they said.
Okay. I just it the way I see it, if you're gonna do physical versions in the future, don't even bother with a code and box bullshit. It it oh my god, I have secondhand anger for this because at $80 already, like I wasn't happy with Fire Emblem, and that's a game I want to fucking buy. But this is just like, at the very least with Fire Emblem, if I go to a store and I want to spend $80 on Fire Emblem, I'm getting a physical copy of the video game.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I want to go digital, I'm getting a $70 video game. Or if I go to Japan and load up the eShop, I'm getting a $55 video game. But that's besides the point. With this, it's just though, I think
Well,
they think people are stupid.
there's no real good reason for them to do it outside of what seemingly is their motivation of not having any leaks or early sales or
Which
anything, right?
I gotta say,
You buy
that's
a code in
fucking
the box
horseshit.
early, and it is not you're not still not going to get access.
Oh, and that's another fun thing is that the code in the box version is apparently launching a week early, just so you can preload the game.
Did they say is there early access?
No, it is purely to install the game early.
I thought that's kind of surprises me. I really thought they'd do early access with that game.
this whole like, oh well, we don't want leaks and spoilers. It's fucking you are so full of shit.
Did you
This
see
is
the
going
other?
to be a game where every single person who is playing it will be running around and driving and killing pedestrians, and that is it. You are not you don't care about the story. Let
Did you
us be
see
serious
that
here.
the Ultimate Edition also gets you a free 1 month subscription to GTA Plus? But
Oh
if you sign
yeah.
up for the subscription, it's set to auto renew,
Yeah.
which is lovely.
It's just embarrassing. Hold on.
And
I'm
this
also
is all amidst Rockstar union busting.
Yep. And you know what? I look, I'm a Nintendo weeb. So I like two Nintendo franchises. So I am going to keep bringing it to Fire Emblem. But at the very least, I can make a educated guess or an educated purchase decision because I've seen gameplay of the fucking game.
Yeah.
Because there's a trailer. It's not just them being like, we deserve your money, give it to us.
I mean, at what point are they going to show anything?
They're probably gonna do like a direct or something.
I I I think we're
Or
not
maybe not.
really going to see much until like maybe a month before the game comes out.
I think so. I really want people to vote for their wallet on this one, but I don't think they will.
No, I don't. Not with GTA.
Which is
Fortunately.
crazy. Because like when I worked
But
at GameStop, it was in the heyday of like the PS4 re-release of GTA 5 that became like the best-selling video game ever made.
mhm.
Um and the funniest thing about that is that they're so often I would see people come in, they'd buy um they'd buy like a new copy and then like come back a week later and just trade it in. Like people th- everyone goes crazy for GTA, but the core player base of GTA do not care about Grand Theft Auto as like a game experience.
Mhm.
It's like disposable trash to them. They feel like they have to engage with it. They play it for a little bit, they sell it so they could go buy something else.
Mhm.
Like this isn't like so to it's just kind of telling that if you want to get in on the ground floor for this game, you are stuck with this game forever because you have to buy a digital copy.
Yeah, that's a good
It
point. Yeah.
This is one of those things that it does not deserve to succeed. I think it is better for the industry as a whole if people just hold off, wait for the game. Like if you really want to play it, do not buy this game for $80 fucking dollars.
The
Like
hard part though is like GTA is such a like a monolith that
yeah,
there's gonna be 10 to 15 million people that buy this game that have no idea about any of that.
oh yeah, I know. I feel for the GameStop employees
Yeah.
that
Have to explain
do
like, do you want the $100 Ultimate Edition to a bunch of parrots?
not even that. It's just the idea of because as the one thing because I always assumed that everyone was as online as I was when it came to game news. And there would always be little like releases like this, not as bad as this, but like where they would have some fucking bullshit in there and then people would come in and just assume the companies had their best interest in mind, buy one of these things, and then just get angry at us. So like I can't imagine like if GameStop tries to do like a midnight launch for the Code in the Box release, I'm gonna laugh my fucking ass off because everyone's gonna get home, they're gonna open their disc and see, oh, there's no game in there. Oh well, let me put in this code. Oh, I can't play it for a week.
Yeah. Sorry. My dog is barking. You probably have
No,
to
it's
cut that
fine.
out.
The dog's angry about GTA.
As he should be. But the other part is like by the time GTA 6 comes out, all the price raises on all the consoles will have gone through.
Yeah,
So if you haven't bought a new console, if you want to play GTA 6, you're going to be spending like at least $900 almost, 8 to $900.
this game is not worth buying a whole fucking console for. It's just, I think they are assuming that their install base already has the systems
And
because
I also I'm going to be very interested to see how this runs on Series S. I just don't know what's going to happen with that.
That is actually the thing I will be looking forward to the most, is just
Yeah.
seeing that. But I guess that's a soft test if they'll make a Switch 2 version.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. And I really I haven't been because everyone online is mad. Obviously. But I'm talking to coworkers and they're like, I gotta play it. I
Mm-hmm.
just, I've been waiting so long. And I'm like, yeah, but have you actually? Like,
Yeah. How would it tangibly affect your life if you didn't buy GTA 6, right? Like, it wouldn't.
I'm trying to think, like, I've been waiting almost, I'd say 10 years for a new Persona game,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a good idea at what I would want out of a Persona game. I think everything you want out of a new Grand Theft Auto, you can get from the old Grand Theft Autos because they've made the same game but prettier every single time.
It's funny because, like, I don't know that I've ever seen a game release that has been dreaded more by
Yeah.
people that work in games media than GTA 6. I mean, like, everyone is just absolutely dreading November because of everything it's going to entail at this point.
Well, like guides, I assume.
Guides and there's not anything else coming out, and that's all that people are going to be talking about online. And there's going to be a whole woke grifter thing going on, and just every aspect that you could imagine
It's
will be
crazy
there.
because I feel like this is an opt-in problem. I
Mm-hmm.
think if everyone just stayed home that day, it would be fine. What
Yeah,
if we Morbius GTA 6? I think life would be better.
I think so.
I think it would. Oh wow, it
There's
is
going to be a
so.
million think pieces in the first week of like, here's what GTA 6 means for the video game industry.
Mm. I was going to call your bluff a little bit on Nothing in November, and I was scrolling through the eShop page, and it literally skips from October to December.
Uh,
I'm like, all right, well,
there's a
damn.
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters remastered that comes out. I'm actually really excited for that.
I think there was like one. I think it was like a either a Footy game or no, I think it was a Footy game where like that's coming out in November maybe, and they
The
were
big
like, we'll
question
do
is
it.
when Ocarina comes out, and I actually really hope that it comes out in November.
It would be awesome. It would be really fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious if they're gonna, well, because I feel like they want that to be their big holiday game. So I don't know if you can really do that. Like I don't know how like the money people and the schedule people work at big game studios, because I feel like a lot of people are scared to put their game out in December, even though that is the biggest year of
Yeah.
purchases
But the
or
other hard
biggest
part
year of the
is
month of year.
if that is your big holiday game, you do want it out for Black Friday.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, even
That's
though it's
true.
not going to be on sale, when people are buying their Switch 2, you want them to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to buy the Ocarina of Time remake with my Switch 2.
When's the last time you did Black Friday shopping?
Oh, my God. I don't. Before COVID, I think.
Yeah. I
And
try to go out a little bit every year and I just get sad.
yeah,
It
I've
used to be
stopped
a lot
going
more
out. Yeah.
fun.
I don't really do Black Friday shopping. I usually will
Mm,
go like, I'll go to like Walmart or something late in the day, like
kind of wander
evening,
around.
and just see what's there. Yeah.
This thing is I kind of like going out shopping like near the end of the day where there's still like a good buzz of people out and about. But the
Hmm.
problem is that every place fucking closes early now. Like
Hmm.
all these stores close early on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So then I end up wandering around like Wegmans or Kroger, sad. It's
When
like,
I worked at Target
dudes.
years ago, I had to do the overnight shift one year, which was like a 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. It's
I
awful.
had to do, I think, like a 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. GameStop shift once, I think.
Ugh.
Or maybe it was 5. I don't know. It was bad.
Even then, though,
Um,
like there was no one there. Like, you had a bunch of people at the beginning, and then the next 7 hours were like no one.
I really loved, there was one time, because our Black Friday, like in the late 2010s, the GameStop was kind of figuring out what the fuck it was doing. And there was a lot of turmoil. So we had like one really booming Black Friday. And then because like after that, we like really prepped to go all out. We, had people coming early, every store staffed to the max, and then just somehow no one showed up that year. Like it was just dead. And it felt very strange to just hang out, like, especially near the end of the day when no one was showing up anymore and you just got to chill.
For hours upon hours, yeah. I've been there.
Because because another thing as well, I think that was, so I think that was the year they were, because you remember when like Black Friday started like on Thanksgiving for some stores?
Yeah. Well, there was a period, there were a few years there where it would start at like 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
And I had to, my girlfriend had to bring me Thanksgiving dinner.
That's the worst, man.
Because it was a mandate that you had to work.
Yeah.
Like, every single person had to work on Thanksgiving.
I remember having to leave Thanksgiving dinner early to go to work. Yeah. It's a different time.
Yeah, I'm thankful now that my current job gives me holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always weird. Like I'm on edge from that time of my life, having to work every holiday.
Yeah, it took me a good. Because I had to work every Thanksgiving. I had to work most Christmases, New Year's, and it took me a good. I mean, I haven't worked retail I worked at a movie theater too up until like 5 or 6 years ago, but it took me a long time to like actually be able to enjoy holidays.
Yeah, I think one of the things that really sucked for me was that it completely removed the ability for me to, on any holiday, go out of town and see family.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks to say, but a lot of those family members are no longer with us now. And the times in which, like that was the last times I probably would have had a chance to go see any of them.
Yeah. That's one of those things too that in retrospect, like now you're like, it wasn't that important. But at the time, it's like, I can't skip work. Like there's nothing I can do,
Yeah. They won't let me.
Yeah. And I mean, you probably would have lost your job if you didn't show up, so.
No, they had no tolerance at all for that. They just flat out said, you're going to be here or you lose your job. Everyone has to work for these holidays.
Yep, that's how it was at Target too.
Mm-hmm. Grand Theft Auto 6 and the ruination of the game industry. I can't wait for this to come out. People talk about it for a month and then everyone moves the fuck on.
What's going to be the next thing?
I don't think there will ever be another video game event
like GTA 6. Yeah, probably.
I think it's kind of positioned to just take the industry out with it.
At this point, yeah, that's what it feels like. Or save the industry, as people say.
That's the thing. How is it going to save anything?
It's not, because it's just Rockstar's going to make a bunch of money, and that's it. Like it doesn't go anywhere past them, right?
No, they keep all the money and then they continue to not make video games.
I've heard people say that like Rockstar will either save, or GTA 6 will either save or kill the video game industry. I genuinely just do not understand how it would save it. Like,
where the fuck were y'all for Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah.
That might actually be the last piece of art Rockstar ever releases. Red Dead Redemption 2 is so fucking good. Sorry for cutting you off. I'm just like thinking about it. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah. I love Red Dead 2. But I am interested to see what GTA 6 turns out to be, just from a purely like observational perspective even.
I look forward to it in about a year from now when the game is dirt cheap.
I would like for someone to give me a job in games media in December after GTA comes out, so I don't have to deal with that shit.
I can only hope that our colleagues in the press industry will be able to get work from this and make good money from guides, I
Well,
know it'll be stressful, but like maybe you'll get the bag.
Cullen, I need you
Ah,
right.
and we're back. I don't know how much of that I'll keep. We were talking about GTA.
that's right. That's right.
I
Do we
and
have
our
anything more to
lovely
say about
friends,
GTA?
our lovely friends joined in to fuck us over because now I have to use the Craig recording.
Oh yeah.
Those bastards. Now I get to experience what it's like for GC to edit a podcast. But yeah, GTA is gonna ruin the world or save it. It won't do either. It'll be a game that comes out and then people are gonna play it and then they're gonna get bored of it and then that'll be that.
Every mainstream news channel will cover it as usual.
Yeah, and they're like, "Is this wrong?" Actually, you know what? I don't even think the usual like suspects have like the opportunity to care. You can't really do that kind of like Christian video game panic anymore. I mean, yeah, they might try for GTA. Who knows?
It depends. I think it depends on like how political GTA 6 gets, right?
It'll be
That
the same level of like, kind of
that's the main
vapid.
thing I'm interested in with GTA 6 is what its commentary looks like because this game has been in development a long time and like things have pretty drastically shifted in the last 6 years. So, how is this game's like commentary on American politics and social media and all that gonna land, you know?
Mm.
That's what I'm
I don't
mainly
even know if they
interested in.
will. I feel like with GTA 5, like they were successful, but like they're a very different company than they were.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Mm.
I just don't know.
It's gonna be a time. I don't know that there's much else to say about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it sucks.
I think everyone will continue to be hyperbolic about it until it
Yeah,
comes out, and then for like a month after it comes out as well.
including you
Is it
know.
is it releasing in time? I think it's releasing just in time for the Game Awards cutoff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They would bend over backwards to make it
Yeah,
work.
the Game Awards would literally change their rules to accommodate it.
I guess the next big topic would be Steam Machine.
But yeah, we got to go back to that. Yeah.
Yeah, which everyone was like, yeah, it's about as bad as I expected, and they've been
Yeah.
getting clowned on ever since. Which is so fucking funny that like they have been the subject of mass ridicule constantly since that has come out. But like on a smaller scale, no one cares about GTA.
Were you thinking of getting a Steam machine before they announced the price?
Yeah, I was considering it.
Hmm. I assume you're no longer considering it.
No,
Yeah, I'm not either.
no, I'm not going to do that.
I don't know that I could justify spending $1,000 on a piece of gaming hardware. And I guess it's open source, right? So you could theoretically do more with it than just gaming.
It's not really that open source. I think
Is
you
it
can
not?
replace the. I think they said like the fan and the RAM,
Mm,
but that's about it. It's not really upgradable.
okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously I'd spend more for like a good PC, but like a dedicated piece of gaming hardware, I just don't know that I could ever justify spending more than $1,000. I
Yeah.
really don't think I could. Like if PS6 comes out and it's $1,000, I'm not buying that.
No.
Which it probably will be at this point. It's
I've been reading up stuff, like I guess rumors and different like financial people's I guess theories that they might try to like for the next gen maybe try to make something a bit more affordable, but it not be as like big of a graphical leap. But it's just like I don't know. I think this is gonna be a lot of people's last gens.
like so too.
Um, and I sincerely wish anyone falling for this dumb bullshit very run out of like go out of business. I don't know. Like I think a lot of these companies are forgetting that are they sell products to consumers. You can't do that if consumers can't buy your products.
Yeah. You see a lot of people who are like, well, gaming's always been a luxury product. And like, yes, but it has also always been like a worthwhile investment of money for the
Yeah.
amount of enjoyment that you get comparatively to other forms of entertainment, right?
Mm.
And I think when that piece no longer becomes worth it, then that's a problem.
Yeah. Because I'm not even sure, like, because I think optimistic people are hoping that by 2028, this kind of shit will correct itself.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? That's
I
like,
don't think there's any way we can say that, honestly. Like,
we can't, yeah, we
just don't
really,
know.
we just don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna just hope that that's kind of gonna be the case. And which is why I am really considering just investing, like just new PC parts again. Get a graphics card that's like a 5070 Ti or something. Get that pre-built. Maybe use what's left over to convert it into like a DIY Steam machine, and then just see.
And then you at
Just
least got
ride
something
it
to
out.
carry you a good while.
Yeah.
You won't have to upgrade it anytime soon.
I just think it's laughable that like they should just cancel the fucking Steam machine.
Yeah.
Like I was waiting to see like hardware wise like what it compared to, and apparently it's like just barely a PS5.
The second tier is like 1,500, right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's because it's like doing the, it's the SSD. Storage is so expensive. I'm still so mad that if I want to get a 500 gigabyte Switch 2 SD card, I'm spending maybe like
$150.
$150.
Yeah. It's crazy. Remember you could get like a PS2 memory card for like $5?
Oh, the good old days.
Those are the days, man.
I was looking at a because right now I'm looking at pre-builts, a lot of that stuff. I took a look at my the SSD I currently have in my machine, which was a 1 terabyte. I got it like 2 to 3 years ago. I think when Dead Island 2 came out, because I needed it to run the game. It was about $80. Now that same thing is like $200. And so it's like, do I want to spend more money on a pre-build just because it has a 2 terabyte SSD just to slot that into my own PC? And it's like, I don't know. But I do think it's a straight up like, it's foolish. It's straight up foolish if we're gonna do like fucking like $1,000 next gen consoles. No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, and even
sorry, go.
Like you said, they're there too. Like the additional problem that compounds that is the storage size for games, which people have like virtually stopped caring about compressing.
Yeah.
Games storage size. Like you look at like Modern Warfare 2, I think got up to like 140, 150 gigs to install, which is just absolutely insane. So even when you buy the technology, like you inevitably have to buy more storage most of the time if you play any decent amount of games.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're deleting something every time you play a new game.
Which I have to do for Switch 2.
I have to do that on my PS5 at this point. Every time I download a review game, I have to delete something every single time.
You know what? That actually does make me think. I think my dad got me a like an SSD for my PS5. And I'm wondering if I'm just kind of sitting on gold.
Could be, honestly.
Let's see. What did he
I'm legitimately gonna I have a Series X that I have not turned on in probably 4 to 5 years. And I honestly am like, I could sell that for more than I paid when I bought it. And it would still be way cheap for someone that buys it.
A couple years ago, before the initial price jump, I was like set to buy a Series X off a friend for like $200. Mm-hmm. The only reason I wanted to do it was because like I was playing Metaphor. I got it on Xbox, and I was just like, this is not really running good on Series S. Mm-hmm. And now my Metaphor save is stuck on Series S.
My metaphor save is. Did you review it?
No, I helped with guides.
For some reason, I think Xbox codes went out first for that game, which is
I think that was the
bizarre
case.
because that never happens.
I
If
assume
they're
that's gonna keep happening with Atlas.
yeah, Atlas and Sega probably yeah, but like it's almost always PS5 codes first or PC usually.
The like I remember, if I remember correctly, the only way to do a pre-launch release of episode Aegis was through this weird like, I don't know, some like strange Xbox program where they had to like log your account under like a special like list they had, like a whitelist.
Hmm. People
But
would the hoops that you have to jump through to review games sometimes are absurd,
yeah, I haven't
especially
had to do that in a
Nintendo
while.
games.
I'm gonna like usually for Nintendo games, I work through like a European account, and
Hmm.
it's kind of the easiest thing in the world compared to what I've heard about the
Oh,
US account.
do they
But
not do any of the like processes you have to do here?
it's a bit simpler. I'm not actually sure how much we're allowed to talk about with
Yeah, that's why I'm
that.
being vague. So,
It's a bit less processes.
okay.
I've heard about what happens if you play it on if you do a US one. It's more involved.
Yeah. I don't want to make Nintendo mad at me. They have very good lawyers.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I don't want both of us to be in debt forever.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how much of a SSD my dad got me, because he just randomly got me. He was like, install this onto your PS5. I was like, oh, okay. And it's been great. I haven't had storage issues on my PS5 ever since. But now I'm like, well, maybe because I don't use my PS5.
Hmm.
Just pluck that thing out. I know that at the moment though, I have my Series S, and I'm not really looking to get rid of it. Only because it's so easy to plug a hard drive into that thing and just get VLC or an equivalent and just play anime off of it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
And then I actually booted Metaphor back up last weekend just to see where I got. And the only way to really make that playable on Series S is if you hook it up to 120 FPS TV. It just unlocks the frame rate, and then you maybe sometimes get close to 60 FPS.
Jeez.
But besides that, I'm trying to think what else I've been really doing. I mean,
Yes,
have
we
you
just
been
talked about.
keeping up with Deltarune?
No, I haven't. I haven't even started it, unfortunately.
You
I need
should.
to, but
Honestly, it's that's one of those things where I think it is waiting until it's all done is detrimental to the overall experience,
yeah.
because a lot of the fun and enjoyment, besides the fact that it's just a really well put together game, is that like time talking with other people after a chapter comes out, and then just like, engaging in the discourse, like talking about theories and like what parts you really liked and what you're expecting to happen. And now I think they have a decent release cadence where it seems like they're aiming for 2027 for the next chapter.
Have Has Toby Fox said how many chapters there will be in total?
There's going to be 7.
7. Okay.
And at the end of chapter 4, they dropped that it was the halfway point of the story. So I think 7's either going to be pretty beefy, or they might be like hiding some extra stuff. There's a reason to believe, especially after the latest chapter and some stuff that happens that you can find out. I'm being so vague about this because if I drop on Deltarune spoilers, I'm going to get fucking shot in the street. That 7 is going to be pretty big.
How long are each of the chapters roughly?
5 hours.
Well, that's not bad.
I think I did the latest one in 7 hours, so it was probably one of the longer chapters. But like I checked the save time when I was loading up for chapter 5, and 1 through 4 took me 20 hours.
I've had it on my list. It's one of those ones I haven't gotten around to yet.
I'd say no time like Well, I'd say the present, but you could wait until we get a confirmation on the next one. It's fantastic. It was one of the rare 10s I gave. Like just the first 4 chapters when the full release, quote unquote, full price release dropped.
You know what? That feels like it could be a good November game for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
No, when it's getting chilly out, that is the perfect game. And honestly, I would say, if you could if you have the time to binge, maybe do give them like a bit of a break between chapters, like maybe a day break, like do chapter 1, come back to chapter 2 the next day, and then maybe because 3 and 4 release together, so maybe just binge 3 and 4, and then play 5, because it's a game that really works if you just let it sit with you.
Okay, that's good.
Did you play Undertale back in the day?
I did, yeah. I didn't play it when it came out, but I played it. Yeah.
I got it ruined for me because it came out when I was very on Tumblr, and that site spoiled that.
That would have been everywhere at that point.
Right away. And so I've never been able to properly go back and play Undertale, but like I know the whole story because of online and like videos and stuff. So I just jumped into Deltarune, and I have been completely fine. It is self-contained enough where I'm just like, I like whatever they're doing here with these new characters. It's been great. I thought I'm stuck between like thinking that like this was the weakest chapter, but it's like if all the other chapters are 10s and this is like a 8 or a 9, that's still pretty good.
You know what's funny is I went to Tumblr and number 2 topic is Deltarune.
Oh yeah. It's pretty big on Blue Sky as well.
Yeah. When's the last time you used Tumblr?
Honestly, I use it more than you would think.
Yeah? Yeah. I have a friend that's on it pretty often.
I don't post on there, but I've curated my feed well enough over the years where I just get really funny people being funny. Like, I think that like some of the funniest posters online just stayed on Tumblr because there was that big Tumblr exodus where like,
when
people
they did
used
the crackdown.
Yeah, and then everyone went to Twitter, and then they used to say like, "Oh, all the Tumblr refugees went to Twitter and made that site worse." And it's like, no, I just think like the worst people of Tumblr left, and then continued to be annoying and toxic. And now Tumblr is just like I never see a bad post on Tumblr nowadays.
The friends that I have that use it say that too. I've heard
it's just good. Like I just go there when all the other social media sites are annoying me,
which is fairly often.
All the time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look at it immediately. Let's see. Funny post. Comic. Funny post. A lot of ads, but
Yeah, it's just everywhere these days.
It's just good. Good website. No notes. But besides that, I've been like kind of just, I'm jumping between a bunch of games. I started reading Vagabond.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you read any of that?
Yeah. I didn't finish it, but I like it.
I'm taking my time with it. But it's like those chapters are really digestible. They're so short and they're so detailed that you just fly through them. I'm already like 30 chapters in. Having just a swell time with that. It was really funny because it's been going on for so long that it has created like this hype around it where I feel like what it is known for has been engulfed by just the fact that this is a good manga and you should read it. So I just went in, I didn't know what it was about. I knew it was samurais and I knew it was good. And I just let like 10 years of people saying this is one of the best manga ever. And I just let that decide to start reading it. So I get like 10 or 15 chapters in, and only then I was like, oh, this is a manga about Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi. And I did the pog face and I pointed at the phone and I was like, oh my god.
Should go back to it at some point. I am very bad about finishing manga series. I
I've been
read a
trying to
lot of
read a
them and
lot
I
more.
don't get to the end. I need to go back and finish Vinland Saga as well, which I really like.
I know everyone was always saying I should really watch the anime for that, and I had someone really recommend the manga way back in the day, but
The anime is
I re-
good, but yeah, I would
I
read them.
read it and I watched a little bit, and I was like, eh. It's kind of
It
one of those
has a
things where it's like, I see what you're doing.
yeah, it has a pretty hard pivot partway through.
Yeah. And I've been kind of spoiled on that a little bit, and I
Yeah,
go, oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Just kind of doesn't have the, like, I just wasn't really into it enough to want to see it through.
yeah. I also started reading Kagura Baki recently.
That sounds familiar.
It's
Oh, wait, is
the
that just Baki? Like,
no Kagura Baki.
Gora Baki.
It was a
Oh,
manga that.
Kagurabachi?
Oh, is it Bachi? Okay.
It probably is pronounced Baki. I don't know. But like I was like, oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't they announce an anime for that?
they did. Yeah, it surprisingly good, honestly.
I mean that's the one where it's like everyone like hopped on because the like the promo material
Yeah,
looked so like generic.
generic
And
shonen.
everyone
Yeah,
that I think that literally came out, yeah, around the time where like 2023, didn't Morbius come out in
it
2023?
did. Yeah, yeah.
And everyone was in that like mindset of like, oh, okay, it was 2022. I think there was some carryover. There was some
There was.
Morbius
It got memed
carryover.
on pretty hard for a while.
Yeah, and everyone's
But
like, oh, and then as soon as it came out and people could read it, they went, oh, no, this is good.
everyone who's gotten into it is like, oh, this is actually pretty good, and it is. Like it's one of the more like complex shonen battle mangas that
It's so
actually
funny
goes some
how
interesting places, which is good because the last like battle manga I read was Jujutsu Kaisen, and I did not love where that series went.
the like as soon as it actually came out and people could read it, the meme status of Kagurabachi just went away.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely, and it just all I see about it is people saying this is very good.
I think it's going to get a big bump when the anime comes out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of manga. Like I was saying, I was reading the Getter
Yeah.
series, and on like if you haven't read those, you really should.
I haven't read the manga, no.
I recommend it. It's like, let's see, Getter G, it's like four. It's four manga. But no, it's five. I forgot. I forgot. Go. Wait, no, it is. No, it's four. Okay, it's no, it's five. God damn it. Okay, so it's you got Getarobo, Getarobo G, Getarobo Arc, Shin Getarobo, and then Getarobo Go, Shin Getarobo, and then Getarobo Arc. They're not very long. I think each is like maybe 2 to 3 volumes max.
Oh, that's really short.
Like some of the chapters, like in the condensed versions of the old ones that they like redid, they're very there's a lot of pages in them. But I have never seen my like just hopping on this like manga for the hell of it had such a good payoff. It is such a shame that the artist and writer for that, Ken Ishikawa, unfortunately passed away right after the final one. Like his Getarobo arc, the magazine it was in got canceled, and then he passed away before he could finish it. So it is left unfinished, but where it leaves you off is kind of like a good enough point where you just go, damn, you kind of didn't need to say anymore. It is so fascinating because I've never seen a manga that is more interested in interrogating its own past because of like the multi-year long gaps between parts. It is a very introspective mecha manga, and I feel like that's like kind of rare.
Yeah.
There's the earlier stuff can be a bit rough, but I think it's like if you're looking for someone to read, I cannot recommend that enough. It's kind of the original, at least from my understanding, like cosmic horror mecha.
Yeah. I I will put it on my list. I've slowed down on manga because I started reading the Expanse series, but once I'm through that, I think I'm gonna get back into manga more again.
Right after I got through Getter, I was kind of hungry for more manga to read, so I had like a bunch of stuff. I've got I've got Yu-Gi-Oh on my queue now. The Twilight Princess manga, which I've heard people for ages say is amazing. And I literally only, and I know it's amazing because people like spoiled the hell out of the fact that Link kisses Midna in the end, and I'm like, okay, all right, you guys know ball a little bit. I'll give you that one.
Mhm.
And then I started reading Devilman, which that's fucking
Devilman,
crazy.
yeah. The original Devilman?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a couple volumes in on that, and then I'm reading The Summer Hikaru Died. But like, it's kind of at the moment I'm just reading Vagabond and just waiting for games to come out.
Mm-hmm. I'm almost done with 007 First Light. I was gonna beat it last night, but then I got review code for something. Yeah, that I'll talk about soon. But
I'm currently sitting in waiting for a review code of anything, just something to do.
I know we already talked about First Light, but I really like that game. I think it honestly might be my favorite game of the year.
Everyone keeps talking to me about it, and I'm inclined to agree that it's probably pretty good.
It's genuinely. What surprised me is how much I actually really enjoy the writing. Like, I think it's actually really like snappy and witty, and it has surprised me with how extremely anti AI and anti CEO it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very smart about how it does it. And I think this version of James is just. I mean, James Bond is always likable, but this is a really good version of James, especially in like a video game context. And they do a lot of smart ways of getting around the video game protagonist having to like constantly talk to themselves,
Mm-hmm.
Like,
did they do it with like you talk to like money?
Yeah, basically.
I almost said Monkey Penny because of Spy Fox.
Yeah, you talk to Moneypenny a lot, or he'll just kind of like offhandedly say something and you'll just kind of say it to an NPC that's nearby, and they'll just be like, "What?" He's very good, like social stealth stuff too. It's just a good game all around.
I was reminded because I am in a Steam family with GC. He has finished that game already, and he's been done for a while. I guess I was like, oh, I have this.
You should play it. Yeah,
I'll install it. Maybe I'll play that after the podcast tonight.
It's a good it's well paced too. It's a brisk game, so like it's not terribly long. So
it's kind of funny.
It's propulsive. You get through it very easily.
I have this like really fancy computer, which like besides the graphics card, which is still a 3080, like I buffed out my entire PC just to play Monster Hunter Wilds. And then ever since that game still ran like ass on it, I just stopped. Like I think the last game I played on my PC, let's see, the Twilight Princess Decomp, Tales of Grace's F, Slay the Spire 2, and then Nitro Chiral Yaoi VN called Tagaino no Chi. And that was like
very demanding games.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy who buys the fancy computer and then reads VNs on it. But like I was like, oh, I haven't actually I guess I played Marathon on it. And it was like, oh, that runs good. But like I don't use this for like hardcore gaming. Especially now because I'm a Switch guy.
I'm still waiting to my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth replay is going to be the PC version. I upgraded my PC last year I have a 5090 now.
I almost tried to replay it on PC, and I'm glad I just waited for Switch. Because great, now I need to like get back to it. I see what people mean in that game, where as soon as they get to Gongaga, they want to stop playing.
Yeah.
Not because it's bad, but that area is just kind of complex, and I hate being in deserts in
It's
games.
very dense. Yes.
It's very dense and there's just too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been the point where I stopped for now.
Yes, I could see that. Yeah.
I think I'm going to give it a breather a little bit. I'll come back to it if I'm getting really bored. But
I like
God,
Rebirth a lot. I do still like Remake better, but I also like Rebirth a lot.
I think at the moment I'm at the point where it's like I think the just the bliss of playing what actually feels like the first AAA modern Final Fantasy game is
Mm-hmm.
just really nice. And I kind of like that. Like, I like what it's doing more than Remake, even though I liked how Remake did what it did better.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
But I think I'm going to really focus on finishing that once we get a date on Revelation.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited for Revelation. I can't wait to see.
Oh, I popped
I
off.
you
I'm
know
so excited.
I still don't know if this whole thing will end and I'll feel good or bad about it, but boy, am I interested to see how they do it.
They're really smart because that trailer showed me that even if I don't care where that's like where the story goes, oh, I'm going to have so much fun playing the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's like it's kind of the same thing with Rebirth, where I've heard a lot of people are really mixed on where that ends. Thankfully, people have been. I'm shocked I haven't been spoiled, but I feel like with how people have voiced their vague frustrations with the ending,
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of been able to piece together where, like,
Yeah.
how it ends.
I also I
It's one
felt
of
going
those.
in that and maybe they didn't do it as good as they could have. But I also had the feeling that they were never going to please everyone with how they did the end of that game, no matter what it
Mm,
was. So, and that's not to defend oh they could be lazy about it or anything, and I don't think they were, but it's just it's one of the most pivotal moments in video game history, and
yeah.
you were never going to be able to please everyone with it.
Granted, I'm still not sure how that plays out, so I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, I'm at a point again where we had a bunch of games kind of come out in a very short window. Oh shit, we didn't talk about Elliot.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Elliot. But I guess to kind of keep that thought going, I'm back to just waiting for something to come out, and my backlog is kind of boring.
I would be had I not had stuff to review.
That great. Elliot was the last thing I had to review, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, oh okay. Back to like I really liked getting to replay Devil May Cry 5. I feel like I was like, oh god, I missed this. This feeling I got from this. Oh, I missed this so much. But we both played Elliot for review, and we really made people wait a whole episode. I think we've bookended this episode with Elliot.
Yeah. Whole episode to talk about a game that I think we're both probably it's fine.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
the gist, honestly.
And I feel like it's been out long enough where everyone else knows that it's fine.
Yeah,
That's why I was kind of like frustrated though we couldn't get it to fit in to the episode because
Yeah.
because I think embargo lifted on a Wednesday and our episode came out on
the
Tuesday.
day after episode.
Yep.
Came
So we
out.
just couldn't fit it in. And then in my mind I thought, no shot this is gonna stay in people's like consciousness for 2 weeks. This is not that
No,
kind of
it's not.
game.
And it's the kind of thing where it's if you enjoy Zelda or you enjoy the Mana series, I'd be like, yeah, you're gonna have a good time with this. But I also don't
Unfortunately,
think
it's sorry. Go.
I also don't think you're gonna love it, right?
Yeah.
You beat Elliot and you're like, it was a good time, but I'm probably not gonna remember much about it.
Yeah, it's unfortunately on the lower end of the 7 spectrum where it's like high 7s go like make people go crazy cuz they
Mhm.
hide some cool ass shit. And granted, there's some cool ass shit in this game.
Especially at the end.
But
Yeah.
it's all at the end. I was shocked that that prologue really makes you think that this is going to be a yappy game that never shuts up.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shuts up for 20 hours.
It doesn't do anything. The story goes literally nowhere until the very end, and then it, like you said, it literally all happens at the end.
I kind of respect it though. Like, in a way, I kind of like that they hide the story from you unless you actively engage with exploring the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would have worked in a game where exploring the world wasn't kind of boring.
Yeah. Yeah. And the
And it's
big problem,
entirely for budget reasons.
and I think that's what everyone has said about the game, right? Like
Yeah.
the main criticism is that it's very repetitive because you are exploring the exact same world map 4 times.
Yeah. It's
Like the
there are
dungeons are in the same
shocking
place, the dungeon
variation,
layout
little
is the
variation.
same. Yeah. Enemies are the same. It's just, and it's one of those things like conceptually I get what they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to show the little details of how a world changes over the ages, right?
Too
Like
little details though.
conceptually, yeah. But when
That's
you
the thing. It
put
was
that in
like
the game mechanically, it doesn't. It's
they
just
just
not
didn't have the
enough.
budget for it. I think that's
Exactly.
really it. Like
I think
they
that's it.
did
Yeah.
not have the scope of this game was too large for what they wanted to do, and it was not reined in at all to fit with that. Because there's a version of this game where I think like you could have had 3 ages, and then just had them to have like, because like the whole like the gimmick of the game is that you're like the millennium hero or something, where it's like
Mhm.
the game takes place across 1,000 years, and each of the ages is like in that little like 250-year gap. But I think all the stories they tell in them are good, but the gameplay, it's just like, we're not exaggerating. It is the same map 4 times.
Yeah. I think
They
like
recolor some stuff. They will occasionally have like, oh, there's a new cave here. Maybe there's a different path in this like area, but there's a lot of those areas that are just the exact same.
yeah, and a good example actually of something that does that well is Ocarina of Time, because ostensibly it is the same map, right, between young Link and adult Link, but they have twisted and changed so much that it just integrally feels different. And part of the joy of that game is finding out what's changed.
I'll give you a more fitting example specifically to this game, A Link to the Past.
Yeah, Link to the Past, yeah, another good one. I mean, Ocarina of Time is basically 3D Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, but like the dark world in that game is really different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and a lot of the fun of traversal is even figuring out like, okay, cool, I want to switch eras at this spot, and doing that, or not era, like I want to switch worlds at this exact spot. This might be able to get me through, like get me access to like a secret area. Like they designed the game in a way in which you want to experiment and jump between worlds often just to see like what it could help you unlock. And it's this one, it's, well, you travel to the different maps at fast travel nodes that are all in the same spots.
And the furthest Elliot goes is like the doorway in these ruins has crumbled, so you can't go to the boss room. But now there's a chest down here, and that's it. That's like what the most of the differences amount to.
It's not much. But I think like it's weird because like we say all this, and it sounds like we really hate this game. It kind of sticks the landing. Like despite all of my complaints, it's a really hard game to hate.
I do think the combat is fun, and like the fairy abilities especially add a nice little element to it.
I do think though the gacha stuff,
the Magicite.
The Magicite is not. It is cool conceptually, but then the fact that like most of the chests you find in the world are Magicite abilities, but there are only about 20 Magicite abilities per weapon, and if you're engaging with the system at all, you already have probably you will get all of them by I think the middle point of the second world.
Yeah, I kind of wish there was like a more traditional leveling system, honestly.
So like while it's cool that you can get higher graded versions of it, there's something about the brain's response to opening a chest and seeing a magicite that you already have, and it's saying we've redeemed, like we've exchanged this for one magicite token. That just goes, that's not satisfying.
And it's especially aggravating because sometimes there's shards of life in the chest, which is how you increase your life. So you try and find all the chests, but then it's very disappointing when you get a magicite in it.
But like, oh, that ending is hiding really cool stuff.
I agree. Yeah.
But it's so much like, ultimately the game is good. It's just, it's being really held back by a lot of small little things.
I do think the soundtrack and presentation's really good too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe my favorite HD 2D soundtrack to date.
It's one of the best looking HD 2D games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they've kind of hit their stride on that, and Resonance is right around the corner.
Oh man, that game looks so good. And
unfortunately, already looks kind of better, but like that's not fair. They both look good. What I do think is kind of funny though is because of all the content reuse, the game doesn't really have a final dungeon.
Yeah, you're right.
And the true ending, you're going through maps you've already been in. Even on the normal ending.
Multiple times. Yeah.
The normal ending, I think, even has you rerun through a dungeon in a different era.
It's just bizarre that they didn't like keep one location for the final dungeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
What a bizarre choice.
And it was also like, it's so interesting though, because like the stuff I really like about it is the kind of thing where by the time you get to the halfway point and you get to the third era, and like the same thing with the fourth, you have all of your traversal abilities. You can immediately just explore the entire map.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, you're exploring the same map you've already been in, but I was like, I really liked how hands off the game was after that beginning section. It just lets you do whatever you want. And I do think that has value to it. It's just, they just kind of didn't fully get there, I think.
Yeah, I put in my review, like, it has a lot of unrealized potential, is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Like, with a little more budget or a little more time. And it's the kind of game that, like, I kind of hope they make a sequel or like another one and go a little further with it, because I think it could be really cool if they just gave those ideas a little more time to develop.
I saw it. I don't know how much this actually means, but it made the bestsellers chart on the eShop at least. So I'm like, hell, maybe it actually did good. I don't know.
It was the number 1 and 2 selling game in Japan its first week.
Wow. Too. Maybe it did good enough on like.
Well, I imagine it also wasn't like terribly expensive to make, most likely. And it also didn't have like a crazy marketing push either.
Yeah.
So hopefully they made their money back on it, or will at least.
But yeah, it's just after that though, oh god, I got nothing. I was like, wow, that's really the last new game I got to play.
What's the next thing you're waiting for?
Does a port count?
I mean, yeah, it does.
Then it's like Grand Blue and Digimon.
Oh, Grand Blue, I forgot. Well, that's like kind of a new release even.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of treat it as a new game because I never really played much of the original.
It's coming out, man.
I'm gonna get that on Switch too. I played the demo. It ran good enough for me to like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll, the latest demo was really fun. So I'm gonna be optimistic about that. I hope that's good. Digimon, I know I've been playing on PC, but goddamn, I'd much rather play it on Switch. So I think
that feels like the perfect Switch game to me.
Oh yeah, and also they're one of the few Switch releases where like Bandai Namco has some weird magic in their cartridges for some of their releases. They did the same thing with I want to say Sparking Zero, where if you put the Switch 1 cartridge into a Switch 2, it downloads an update that just makes it graphically similar to the Switch 2 version, while technically still being the Switch 1 version.
Mm.
But they're also releasing a Switch 2 version with a key card, and I'm like, why? It's a bit weird, but I got that pre-ordered. So I'm really looking forward to Digimon. I hope I'm able to play a lot more of it. I'll be honest. I'm currently trying to see if I can review the Switch 2 port of Final Fantasy X, because ever since that came out, even though that does not seem like it's worth the money, I'm kind of itching to replay Final Fantasy X.
I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Oh, when is that? Is that July?
July 9th, I think.
No, that's like
Real soon.
that's the same time as Grand Blue. I might for that one. I really want. Well, like I'd want to play that on launch, but I think I'm gonna wait for that one to hit a sale.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Not because I'm like not because it looked good. I just like, you know what? I don't think I need this right away.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm like, man, a classic AC game could really hit the spot right now. And I think there's enough new in Resynced that it kind of feels like a new Assassin's Creed game almost, but like the new classic Assassin's Creed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's very exciting to me. I re-downloaded Shadows because I've heard they added a new ending apparently that
I think
connects to Black Flag, and I've heard actually like really good things about it. People really like it. I'm very curious to see it because Shadow's original ending was ass. It was really bad.
I haven't gotten there. I'm still playing on Switch 2. I might re-download that if I'm feeling the itch.
I gotta play the expansion to Claws of Owaji.
And then I'm also kind of just waiting for that Xenoblade 2 upgrade to start the game from scratch.
I've never replayed 2. So I'm very excited to do that.
I tried replaying a little bit when Switch 2 came out just to see it run better, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll wait for a dedicated version. And then August, I'm gonna jump it on Liza P. That'll be my birthday gift to myself.
I am buying that Switch version. That's such a good game. I cannot wait to talk about that game in August.
But
I will talk about Liza P every single chance I get.
Besides that, Metal Gear. Yes, please. I will buy that on Switch just so I can have the. And I mean, like, I'm gonna get the Switch 2 version and the Switch 1 version, and I'm gonna hold on to that Switch 1 version and dust off that Switch 1 just to have an experience close to the PS3 version. I hope that has frame drops. I am desperate for that.
I mean, has to. I feel like I don't know how you put that game on Switch 1.
If I'm allowed to review that version, and it runs at a good, like a stable 30 FPS at 1080p on Switch 1 somehow, if it's a miracle port, I will be disappointed. I need you all to understand the assignment and make that game run exactly as bad as it did on PS3. Now, for the Switch 2 version, yeah, that better run at like, 4K 60 or whatever. But I need a version of that game that runs bad for preservation's sake. And then, besides that, I'm just waiting for Fire Emblem. I'm looking at all these games. It's a lot of ports, a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to playing. I will give Elden Ring another shot on Switch 2.
I gotta give Star Wars Zero Company a try. I think that looks so good.
Is that July or August?
August.
Okay. You know what? GC will probably get it on PC, and then I'll play
GC's really excited for that. I think we've talked about it.
That was one of the best looking games there.
Yeah.
But until September,
I already have like 4 review assignments for September. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think I have 1. But yeah, it's basically backlog season until September.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing because I've certainly got a lot of games on my backlog to get through.
Yeah, I mean, like, as long as like Grand Blue and Digimon are good, I think I'll be good for a while. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna do questions this week.
Yeah,
Just
it's
because we don't
probably
have.
better to skip them for when we're all here.
Yeah. But I don't know. You got anything else? Probably
No,
just call it here.
I don't think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean a fun little short one. We did go past 2 hours, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
I believe that if our wonderful co-hosts had not rudely interrupted us, we would have hit 2 hours on the dot.
I think you're right. Yeah, because it was a little over 10 minutes that took. Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you all for listening. If you found us, you found us. If you don't know where to find us, then how'd you find us? I forget. Did GC do like a little like thing? Like, does he
No.
say howdy ho, bitey bye, or am I already getting played out by the?
You're
by the
probably
song?
already getting played out by the
Oh
song.
fuck,
Honestly.
that sucks.
Yeah. You ruined it.
Ah.